Boys, welcome to Minecraft Kingdoms. So I'm just going to make this video as a little introduction on some things you need to know. Of course, the guide is always the more detailed thing, but this video will cover everything you guys don't want to read. So first of all, you spawn in this lovely little city. From that point, I, the admin, will pop in front of you, like so. And then you guys have to make your banners on this other website. Alright boys, now that you've gotten to this website, you'll use this website to create a banner. You can do whatever you want. You have layers right here. Maybe you want to change the color. And then let's say you wanted half of it to be white. And then let's just say that's your banner. So what you're going to do after you get that is you're going to hit /give, and then you're going to send me this code, and then in game I'll be able to spawn that in for you. And you'll get an infinite number of banners for free for your city and just about everything else. Alright, now that you have your banners, as you can see, your next goal will be to pick a location to adventure in until you find the location for your future first city. You can go whichever direction you want. As of right now, there isn't a limit, but we'll see how that goes after the beta test. So now you just pick a direction and go that way. Alrighty, so you finally found a place where you want to put your city. So at this point, you are free to build yourself, of course, as long as you are meeting the requirements for the buildings. However, if you want to have NPCs build stuff for you, there are certain steps you need to take. So first of all, you just need to say, yo, DM, I want to build a building. And then as long as you have the proper money for it, I'll let you. I will place the block for you and get it started. After that, you just sit back and wait for it to get done. So the next thing is the report system and the diplomacy system. So the way this works is you're using the Mailman custom NPC preset. This Mailman preset for NPCs will let you know when you have mail, and you can send mail by talking to them, and you can receive your mail by going up to a mailbox. So everybody will have their own owl. More than likely this will be around their town hall once you get one, and you can click on it, and this will give you a blank thing that you can type stuff, enter the username, and send it, obviously. And then if that is a player in game, it'll send it to them. And then if I go far away and I walk up to this guy, okay, maybe not, just kidding, they should notify you when you have mail. It happens, believe me. So when you notify it or you want to check, you'll be receiving your paychecks and reports for your cities through the mail system. All you gotta do is you'll have one of these mailboxes at your town hall. I'll give you one as the DM. You walk up to it and you go, oh, city report, and you can click read. And as you can see, cities, I have Mark Hearth for an income of 2 bronze coins, and Whiterun for an income of 2 bronze coins. Current events for the city is bandit camp spotted nearby and good fishing for us 10% income, and then my total income for this paycheck is 4 bronze coins. So as you see right there, I can grab my bronze coins, and then I can either hit cancel or I can hit delete, and that gets rid of that until the next paycheck. So everything money based and city report based will be done through this system. Fairly simple. And if you want to talk to other players through messages, sending them mail works as well. You just have to enter the correct criteria. So when you build your first barracks in game, you will have access to these two NPCs corresponding to your race. This is for the demon faction. All you gotta do when you want to purchase a unit, you decide what kind you want, ranged or melee. Let's say I want melee. Walk up to them, you open the trader menu. They start from tier 1 and go to tier 5. So let's just say I want to get a whole bunch of tier 1s. So ignore these right here. But alright, so I had enough money to buy 6 units. So I have these crystals. This allows me to place them wherever I want. Or if you don't want to place them and you want to garrison them, which is recommended, you don't want to garrison too many, you don't want to place too many troops, otherwise you'll lag the server. But as you can see, I have my tier 1 corrupt footman. And in creative mode, obviously, it's not going to get rid of it, but if I was in survival, it would. So, on to the next thing, which is garrisons. So, the reason I have this garrison idea, which is basically when you get the spawn crystals for your units, instead of placing all your units around your city, you'll store most of them in a chest, which is your garrison for that city. The main reasons for doing this is A, whenever you have a battle within your city, you would have to run around with empty soul crystals and pick up all your units that you had placed around. And 2, it lags the server when you place too many units. And we don't want to lag when we don't need to, especially when nothing's not happening. So, what you do is, let's say I have a bunch of money, I have been working very hard. I'm going to buy a bunch of units. So, I'm just going to buy a bunch of tier 1 units. Alright, so I've bought a bunch of units. I've spent a ton of my money. And now I'm going to want to garrison most of them in my city. Because like I said before, we don't want to lag. And you don't want to have to run around with empty soul crystals having to pick up your units to get ready for a battle. Not only does that take too long, is there's a time limit for setting up your units. And you don't want to be short-handed now, do you? Battles, what everybody's been waiting for, the best part. Don't mind the screen tearing, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so let's say you're wandering through the forest, you're scouting, and you see there's a camp. It could be bandits, or in this case, it could be Seth's units hanging out over there. So if you're Evan, what you're going to do is you're going to go, alright, what kind of units do I have? Alright, so this is what I got, right? Then you're like, okay, I think I can take him. So you're gonna attack. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, hey, DM, I want to attack. So then the DM's gonna TP to you, and I'm gonna be like, alright, pick up your units, or no, I'll freeze the NPCs, and then you will place your units. So let's just say you had 8 guys, which is why you decided that you were going to attack Seth. So obviously you'd be more strategic than this, but you would place your units, and you're like, okay, I think I can take Seth. So then, actually the NPCs would be frozen at this point. And then Seth, whether he be in the area or not in the area, would have to either be teleported over here by me, or if he was in the area, he could just run over. So obviously Seth isn't going to want to leave his guys in the same position, so he's going to move them. So assuming Seth brings empty soul stones to pick up his guys with, he would go ploop, 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 ploop. And then he'd be like, alright, this is what Evan's facing me down with. What do I gotta do? Well, maybe he thinks he doesn't have a chance of winning this, so he's gonna just use what he got right here. And in this case, unless Seth was in the area, he could bring more units with him as soul stones. But if he has to be teleported to, then he's not allowed to use any more units than what are already in the area. So, at this point we got our units set up, and now the battle begins. Normally, your factions will be set to defaultly hate each other. So, demons are aggressive to the Scarlet Onslaught, and Scarlet Onslaught is aggressive to demons. And then in this case, the players can also help in the battle with their troops, but you don't have to, obviously. So what we would do is we'd unfreeze, and the battle would begin. Obviously these guys are retarded or something. So one thing you'll notice is when they're dead, some of these units drop these. And what these are wounded enemy soldiers that you can store in your prisons. They don't have weapons and they won't be attacked or attack your units. Alright, that basically covers battles.